Hi there, the guys from Self Enslaved, a Finnish metalcore post-hardcore band, has just released a new single called Kill the Pay. So I decided to make a closer look at the project where I worked on that song. Let's start from the beginning. In the intro part, we can hear the filtered out guitar lead, which opens up till the end of the part. Here are some accents on the drums. They're all lead drums recorded, by the way. And to emphasize those accents, I decided to add some production samples to the very first hit. So you may hear that there is a electronic kick sample. And such a riser to move it into the fill. There are also some symphonic elements where I added some expression automation to add even more dynamics to the transition, where the main riff kicks in. This is actually my favorite part of the song, the main riff, because it really punches to me. And here I quantized all the guitars and the rest of the parts tightly to the grid, because I think it's important in such riffs. Here you can also hear the first impacts at the beginning of the part, and to complement this groovy part, I decided to add a percussion loop to the background of the riff. Then the verse kicks in, and let's check out the transition. I'm making myself free. Besides the impact, you may have also noticed that there is a reversed vocal sample to make the transition for the vocal to start its part. The rhythm guitars here are also automated and filtered out to open up during the transition. The lead part on the main riff plays with a whammy pedal effect. It changes its octave from high one to the lower one periodically. And that sequence is emphasized by a synth part. I love how they sound together. Now let's check the final part of the second chorus. I just try to kill the pain. It gradually transforms to the following breakdown, and the guitars and the synth are also automated with the cutoff filter and pan. The breakdown part is tight as hell by itself. I especially like how the bass sounds here. It's really clangy and cuts through the guitars. There are just a couple of production additions. They are those small reversed snare samples on the vocal half of the breakdown. I just try to feel, I just try to feel, I just try to feel my heart with I just try to kill. They just help to attract a little bit more attention of the listener to those syncopations. The transition after the breakdown brings more tension, the parts become more and more chaotic, and then we fall into the drop.
try to fill my heart with the scenes. I try to kill, I try to kill, I try to kill.
The drop part is actually a quiet part where the quieter, clean vocal sings. I've also added another percussion loop to the second half.
With the scenes.
It's more kind of a glitch loop. At the end of the transition, you can hear that the vocal is drowning into the reverbs and delay, and those classic black streams kick in like a slap. At the first beat of the part, there is also a sub-drop sample, but it's not quite ordinary. I've combined the sub-drop with the electronic kick drum in order to not overload the sub area of the mix. I automated the sub-drop sample so it doesn't have any attack. So it sounds like it was sidechained by that electronic kick sample. But noise swell transition is caught here to make this faster pattern rhythmically.
I just try to kill the pain. I just try to kill life. Am I ready that way? Let them taste the feel me. Am I ready that way? If I let them wait to kill me.
While the final part of the song, the coda, is the most emotional part overall, so it should be as dramatic as possible. Thus, I decided to add a percussion loop here as well. Also, synth and guitar leads are automated by pan, but while the synth goes into one channel, the guitar goes into another channel, and then they interchange, and so on. The final hit impact sample is really huge. I really love hearing how it decays at the very end of this song, telling us that the story has reached its conclusion. Alright, that's it. Feel free to support the band. The guys are cool, they write awesome music, so go to their page and listen to their new release on all the streaming services. See you!